Go ahead and drop it. We'll just close the eyes and start to check in with our breath. One more breath. Just gentle blink open your eyes. You can draw the hands to the heart. And we'll release that and just start our cat-cows, easy breezy. Just breathing through the back. Just keep accessing the breath. Great. Awesome. Upright, roll your shoulders a bit. Ooh, what's in here? Good. Take your arms and we'll just do little wrist rolls, some wrist movement. Ooh. You guys are so fun. It's like everyone's doing their own little like dance or something. It's really cute. All right, I'm just taking one hand and kind of pulling my fingers towards me. And the other side. And down. Down, I don't know about you, but down for me doesn't feel like that much. But if I kind of like work with turning my elbow, it helps me to find it a little bit more. And if I take my fingers a little bit like towards the outside, like over towards my pinky side, that kind of helps a little bit too. Good, reach your arms up and release the fingers and press up. We're just staying here for like 2 more breaths, so feel what you feel. Relax your hips. Good, gentle, let that go. Release the arms all the way down. A little bit more shoulder rolls. A little bit more cat-cows. Roll forward to a forward fold. Forward fold. Hands behind you, lift up the heart, all that engagement up. Good. If you want to change your leg position, go for it. A little bit more cat-cows, just a little bit more warmth here. Similar, take your arms up, interlace the fingers, push up, but draw your hands forward and lean back. Take the arms up, gentle, soften them down, bring them behind you, lift up your heart. Soften the hips, soften the jaw, soften the eyebrows. Into forward fold. Good. Anything else? Nope. Right into table. Tabletop, cat-cows. In your cat-cows, slow it down a little bit here. Start with your tail and all the way through the front. Now start with your tail again, tip it down, all the way through the front. Drawing the front up, the head down. Begin with the tail again, up. So just go a little slower with it and imagine it's like, I do think of this like rolling a ball back and forth a lot. That it's kind of rolling from the tail and then, oh, it's rolling through the front body and all the way up. And then all the way the other way. So that it's kind of more than dropping the navel, dropping the tummy, and then lifting it up. More fluid. Take your right leg back in your tabletop. We'll move that ankle around, give some space there. Bring your toes down to push into your foot. Change sides. And bring those toes down, push down and back. Ooh. And lift up the hips to down dog. Good, stay in your down dog. Pedal the feet, warm it up. Shake out your head very gentle, yes and no. Release your jaw a couple of times maybe, opening it up, closing, nice and gentle. Shrug your eyebrows, squeeze that. Push into your hands and lift your hips really high, lift up your heels. You can bend the knees, please. Oh. Good, just soften your heels towards the ground. So bending the knees is perfect. Ooh. Awesome, take your right leg, lift it up. Exhale, bend that knee, step your foot all the way forward. Rise up through crescent lunge. Take a breath in crescent lunge, one breath. Big inhale, exhale, and inhale, and step forward. Land into your mountain pose. Let's take the arms, roll them in and roll them out. So we get a feeling of contracting the shoulder blades towards each other. Contracting the outsides of the shoulder blades, those rotator cuff muscles that do this rotation, so the palms open forward. And into the feeling in the chest. where it gets a little bit more spacious across without pulling your ribs forward. Keep the ribs in. Good. Stand in mountain. Wiggle your fingers. Find stillness for one full breath. Inhale, lift up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Stay in your forward fold. And you might sway, you might do half lifts to fold. You might hug your legs, hands to the opposite elbow. Whatever feels good here. One more breath. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Have some bend in the knees, just maybe slight bend in the knees. Lift up your heels. Stretch out your legs, lift up your hips. So my heels are up, my hips are up, my head is down, my fingers are on the ground. My legs are shaking and feeling a stretch. Soften the heels down. Come into your half lift. Exhale, take your right leg and lead it back into plank pose. You can have your knees down in plank, you can have them up. The hips are right in alignment, not too high, not too low. You can lift them up and then bring them down a little bit and find where it is actually in one strong line. Exhale, lower all the way down. Cobra pose, anchor your toes, anchor the outsides of the feet, the pinky sides, anchor your hands, draw your elbows back. Exhale, lower that down. Do it again. Inhale. Keep breathing. Exhale, down. One more time. Low belly in. It's like as if you could lift your low belly off of the ground and lift a little higher. Exhale, let it go. Push back into your down dog. Reach your right leg up, or left leg up, sorry. Left leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward, come up, crescent lunge. One breath, in, out, in, and exhale to step forward. Mountain pose, a breath. Inhale, lift up your arms. Open up to the sky. If you want to, hug the tail slightly under you, so use your glutes, and lift up the heart straight up so it becomes this little bit of a back bend. Not dropping your low back forward, but lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Left foot leads back to plank pose. Step back into plank. Great. Not too high, not too low. Breathe. Make sure your neck is okay. Is it kind of hanging off or too high? Come all the way down. Lower the knees, lower the heart. Cobra pose. Inhale, big, long inhale. Back strength. Exhale, down dog. I'm gonna go through that faster. Do it at your own pace. Great. Right leg up. Inhale it up. Exhale it forward, step forward, inhale, rise up. Sink in for a breath cycle. Exhale, steps forward. One full breath in mountain. And start again, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, right foot leads back. A breath in plank, at least one breath cycle here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to your up dog or your cobra. Exhale to down dog. If you move faster, but you start to kind of lose some of the integrity through the poses, slow down. Take your left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise up. Like if you notice yourself kind of just like flinging your arms up instead of using your core to lift up. For example, sink in, breathe. Step forward. Exhale into mountain pose. Stand here for a breath. Relax your jaw. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. All the way. These are like the end of the pose is important before the transition. That's where we find some of the integrity, letting everything really come down. Lengthen into half lip. Exhale, left foot leads back. Plank pose. So this is a point to check in with yourself. Lower down, the full expression of lowering smoothly. Full expression of cobra, lift up the heart, anchor the toes. Exhale, the heart comes down and all the way back to down dog. Great, do it again, right leg up. Exhale, step that foot forward, come up, crescent. Sometimes it's like if we go faster or maybe going through a routine multiple times, sometimes the end of the pose can become, I don't know how to say it. It just gets a little lost. Step forward, mountain. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold. That's where we find this moving meditation. Halfway lift. Let's see. Left foot back. Plank pose. Lower down, up dog or cobra. Your chaturanga. Full breath. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step your foot forward and rise up. Find your breath. And step forward, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, right foot leans to plank. And come through chaturanga, up dog cobra. Exhale to down dog. And we'll be here, down dog. Take a breath. Take your right leg up. You want to open it out, scorpion, anything like that. If you do, level out your shoulders. Exhale, take your foot and step it as far forward as you can. Scooch it into places needed. So fingertips on the ground, heart forward, back leg is strong. This lunge, that's very strong. Good. Now lift up your hips, lift up your back heel. This front leg, it doesn't need to straighten all the way. All of the mindfulness into the feelings in the back of the leg. It's kind of like pyramid, but the back heel is up. Breathe. If you have a lot of feeling in the back of your knee, try to soften that knee a little bit more. And try to draw your hips back instead, if that makes sense. Now roll your heart forward, back where we were. Or your fingers, if you need to, like, if you find you're like kind of smushing at your joints or something, try to get more lightness lifting up. Do it again, lift up your hips, lengthen out that leg. The back heel, for me, lifts even higher when I do this. Good, draw your heart forward, open it up into the lunge, and lower your back knee down. Go ahead, lengthen out that front leg. So if I wanna just, while we're here, breathing and relaxing over this front leg, that's lengthening into the hamstrings. When we do that, if the feeling in any hamstring stretch is in just like kind of the back of the knee more, where all these hamstring tendons are, that we're not really looking for that feeling. If that's the case, then soften the knee, bend it a little bit, and take your hip further back. So that might create the stretch higher up into the actual hamstrings than pulling on the tendons. So we look for feelings of stretch in the muscles, not really at the joints. Hopefully not. Draw the heart forward. That's where more of that mindfulness comes into place. Come into your twist. Back knee can be up or down. Roll the heart towards the front knee. Draw that front knee into midline so the knee stays in alignment with your big toe. Bottom shoulder is strong. Exhale, lower the hand down, step back. Come through chaturanga if you want to, if that's, that's where I think like when you're coming through those flows and it starts to, at the end of the poses starts to not be as full. It's kind of the point where I think, is it me or am I tired? Are my muscles tired of doing that? Come back to down dog. Compassion, integrity, honesty with yourself, acceptance of what you find, staying open. Take your left leg up. Scorpion, if you want to bend that knee, rotate it open. So you're reaching through your knee, level out your shoulders though. So the twist is in the hip opening, not in the torso. Good. Lengthen that leg, bring it all the way forward. Here we are, fingertips to the ground. Awesome if you have blocks to use or anything else that would lift you up a little bit to reduce the amount of pressure on your fingers. Long lunge, strong back leg, strong core. Even though it's laying onto my leg, it still is activated. Now lengthen out your front leg, lift your hips. That back heel can lay. Push into your fingers while you're there. Draw the heart forward, long lunge. Lift up the hips. Do it again, heart forward. May as well do it one more time, I don't remember. 2 or 3. Good, draw the heart forward, lower your back knee down, opposite, take the leg, the hips back, the toes up. And bring the weight forward into your twist. Low belly in, zip it up through the front, drawing it in towards the back leg strong, front knee over heel, front knee towards the big toe. It's gonna wanna probably try to like drop out to the side, and we're just keeping active through midline. Exhale, lower your hands, step back, push your chaturanga, up dog cobra, and up and down dog. Step all the way forward. Come to a little half lift to forward fold. Now slowly come up. And just come up to standing mountain. Might need a breath or two. Good. Just want to do a moment of standing quad stretch. Maybe at the wall. Maybe just centered on your mat. Maybe you have a chair or something nearby if you're working with us with balancing. Hold on to your foot and really activate that knee towards the ground, maybe even back. Same thing if you feel the stretch at the top of the knee only. What could we do there? We can try to find it higher up. Maybe that's bringing the foot closer. If that's not available to do, you could use something to hold on to your foot and bring it higher. If we've been playing with using both hands in quad stretches, kind of like a variation of dancer, if that's interesting for you. Good. Go ahead and change sides. Soothing breath, no big deal. Great. The quad stretch is more important to me for you right now than the balancing. Let that go. Okay, fine. Tree pose it is. I don't usually do a lot of balancing right now, but I just feel like it. So stand onto your right leg. Hold your left knee up and open it out. Now this is a place where the focus is on that balance. We push into the big toe ball mound. We press into all parts of the foot, but especially there if you tend to fall out, roll your leg. The ankle will roll outward usually if we lose balance. So we're just counteracting that by engaging the ball of the foot down, the navel up, the pelvic floor up, the tailbone underneath you. Lift up your arms, stretch out your fingers. Stretch out your arms. Any direction, could be out, it could be up, diagonal, whatever. Your tree, your branches. Good, come on out. stand onto your other leg, hug it up. So you could definitely still use support, even if it's a finger at the wall. You could use the support of your toes on the ground. Come on out. Wow. Everyone was really still. It's amazing. Okay, thank you. Step back to the front of your mat if you're not there yet. And take your right foot, angle it out, and bring it back to warrior one. Rise and sink into that front knee a little bit. I like to hold on to kind of at my waist often, above the hips, to just get a sense of engagement in. Throughout poses that don't seem like they're necessarily using that. Good, now sink into that knee, right over the heel, back leg strong, arms up. Hug the tail underneath you, draw your hands down behind you, interlace the fingers. Proud warrior, tails hugged underneath, lift up the heart, draw your hands down. Shoulder blades towards each other, down the back. Now round your head to the inside of the knee. Arms up. Go slow, low belly in, ribs in. Reverse that, back to proud. Take it slow, especially if you tend to get dizzy or lightheaded, take it slow. Arms down, heart up, eyes kind of like up, nice and proud. Now round. One more time, come up. Ooh. Great. Release your arms out. Lengthen out your leg back into pyramid. Same thing is true here. If it's all in the back of the knee, bend that knee and draw your hip back. Good. Walk your hands forward, bend your front knee, lift up your back leg, head down, back leg up. And try to lift up that leg and rotate it a little bit, maybe. It might be strange on your standing hip. It might be strange on that lifted leg. So my upper body and standing leg, go ahead and come, bring that foot down. The upper body and the standing leg are in like standing splits, forward fold basically, and the other leg is kind of like traveling into half moon. Rise up. Mountain. Ooh, take your left foot and step it back into warrior, warrior one. Again, rise and sink, rise and sink. Find that stable place, push into your back foot, draw your low belly in, up across to the opposite shoulder, all the way across the front body, arms up. Float the arms down behind you, interlace the fingers. Proud. Open space across your chest. Exhale, humble. Round to the inside of the knee. Low belly in. Reverse, rise up. Shine the heart. Exhale, round. and rise. Soften the arms out, lengthen out your leg and come into pyramid. Now bend that front knee, walk your hands forward, lift your back leg up. Turning it out is optional. It's just maybe interesting to like lift up your pelvis a little bit and rotate out just a little. Exhale, bring your foot down, rise up into mountain. Stand in mountain. Good. Open out wide onto your mat. Wide forward fold, parallel the outsides of the feet. Good, now bend it to one knee at a time, just lengthening that inner leg. Side to side. You can walk your hands with you or keep them more stable in the center. Come back through center, take your hands to one leg, stretch out through your back, to the other leg. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, bend into your right knee, walk your hands towards your left leg. Soften into your heart. Other side, bend into your knee, walk the hands away. Knee and toes, same direction. Soften. Good, now come out through center, nice and slow. Open out to the left. Rise and sink into your warrior two. Stabilize it, find it. And let's just take offering arms today. Elbows down, palms open. It's kind of like making a W shape, which is kind of funny. Ribs in, back leg strong, upper back is strong. Using those muscles to help keep the arms open. Oh, good. Now lengthen out your leg, release your arms, come to your triangle. Stretch out your top hand overhead, like a rainbow, reach forward. Exhale, soften the hand down, bend your knee, reverse warrior, up and over. Release your hand down, rotate the toes and come back into wide forward fold. The quads engage. You can definitely have any amount of bend in the knees that is best and supportive for you. Walk your hands forward, draw your hips back. Ground into your hands, make more space through your shoulders, through the armpits, through the heart. Bring your hands back and come up. Open out to the right. Find warrior two. The heels align. The knee is opening towards the pinky toe. The back foot might be angled. The toes like up a little bit to match your knee and your hip. Offering arms again. We just could use some kindness, you know? Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Lengthen out your leg and come into your triangle. Take your top hand and lengthen it. So I'm just reaching over my head, reaching forward. Keep drawing the hips back. All the side body stretch there. Take your hand, relax it down to your leg, bend your knee. Over the heel, reverse warrior. Up and over. Give it out. Rotate the toes, relax the arm back into a fold. One more time. Palms on the ground, fingers drawing underneath you. So crawl your hands underneath you. Bend the elbows. So I'm reaching, grounded through my hands and drawing my head a little further down. Drawing space around my shoulder blades. Yep. All right, come on up, bend your knees. I want to do half moon. So you can start one foot open. It's like a tiny version of a warrior two, a really cute little warrior two. Same shape through the feet. Look at the ground. Use a block if you have one. Use a book if you don't. Use anything that you have, a chair, couch, something to hold on to lift up the ground a little further will help a lot. I say that and then I don't have one with me. Perfect. I'm gonna use this. My fingers are here. That back leg lifts, straight back. Kick the wall with your foot. Top arm could lift up. Now you can certainly use the ground, fingertips. I'm gonna try to have my hips as much open in this direction and my heart open in that direction too. So the heart's more out than towards the ground. Bring your foot back down, rise up, change sides. So if my bottom hand is lifted up more, I'll have more space to rotate my heart forward. Other side. And you can play with it, come in and out. Keep breathing. Lift that leg up a little higher. You got it. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Settle it down and rise back up. Option to try that again. Option to try something else if something else is coming up as a standing balance. Option that I would recommend is sugar cane. That is like a combination of the quad stretch and that half moon. So I'm going to start with my foot. This is what I've come to understand. I start with both feet forward and then grab for my foot, just like I was doing the quad stretch. Now this hand is actually coming down in front of my standing foot, maybe in 12 inches, maybe more, maybe less. Just getting it there. And then this leg, I'm letting it open out like half moon and kick into my hand, like dancer. Ground into the ball mound of the foot. Good. Awesome. And slowly come out like you went in. Try it on the other side. You could use your hand instead of having it on the ground, you could bring it to a wall like this, and then I could like kind of crawl my hand down the wall for support. Nice, awesome. Come on out. Good. I just love how that feels on the leg that's up. All right, let's come down to the ground, please. So let's just come down. At the front of your mat, you know, you could hang out in a forward fold and sway if that feels good to your back. Come down to your table. Sink into child's pose. Let's all do child's pose with the hands together, palms together behind the neck, kind of upper back. And you can always crawl your elbows forward a little bit more to find more of a stretch through the back of the upper arms, the tricep. Relax the arms. In your time, we're coming up into that kneeling position with the toes tucked. Even the pinky toes. Pad your knees as needed. If it's helpful or supportive to put something like underneath you in between the different parts of your legs to boost you up a little bit so there's less pressure down. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. Good. Close your eyes. One more breath. You can take your hands forward, untuck the toes, and gentle pat your feet onto the mat. And just sit back onto your heels. It is so okay to choose a different seated position or to pad up so that you're not bending as much into as deeply in your knees if it's not right for you. And take your arms up, meaning that like you could sit in a different position if you want to. Bend left elbow up. Push your hand into the back, keep your spine up, Option to keep this part. Option to reach across your low back. Bend into that elbow and grab for your fingers if they're available. I have one finger. I have two. Keep your neck aligned. Good. Another breath. And slowly let go of the bottom hand. Take the top arm up, float it down. Ooh, that top hand, left hand, ground the fingers to the side. Take your chin away from there. Elbow is kind of like lengthening, shoulders back. Other hand can just rest onto your leg. And draw your chin downward. Like you're looking at your other elbow. Good, just let that go. Other side. If it feels best to just do the upper arm, using the other hand to support your arm. That is great. And you might try reaching it across. Then the elbow. One side might be a lot more available than the other. Interesting, huh? Relax, release the bottom hand, top hand. Comes all the way down to the ground, fingertips to the ground, anchored. Shoulder rolls back, anchor your shoulder blade. Chin moves away from it to the other shoulder. That hand can just relax. And then draw your chin down. Let that go. Let's let these legs go. Go ahead and slide out and bring your legs forward. Move them around, move your ankles, maybe like one knee at a time. I like to use a pillow to prop up my tailbone a little bit. That helps the pelvis to sit upright rather than if it's inclined to lean back. Take your right leg, you can lift the knee and bring the foot like tree pose. And we're lifting up. A gentle flex for your foot. Pinky toe towards your shin. Exhale to fold. We'll be here for a few breaths. Relax into it. Come up. Fire log and any variation thereof. So the leg that's already bent to be the bottom leg stays. The one that was out is now the top leg. Ankle stacks above the knee. Knee is somewhere over the ankle. Somewhere. Just relax. Just relax into it. The jaw can soften. Maybe we even do a little bit of jaw massage. It helps to cue the hips to relax. If we relax our jaw, if we relax the tops of the shoulders. the connection from the neck into the shoulder blade. Ooh, that feels so good. Just let go. We'll take you can lean back to change your legs, bring them forward. And the other foot bends, the knee in, up and over. Come on up. Fire log on this side. Doesn't matter where this top knee is. It's working, you know, hypothetically to stacking both together. But the knees and the hips might have something else to say about that. All right, let's just please do a little bit more of this nice jaw. As we're breathing and relaxing the hips, letting the knees relax, the thighs relax. Doesn't have to be a very active pose. Good. Come on out. Just take both legs forward, shake them out a little bit. And bring your legs into butterfly, butterfly forward fold. Come up. Just want to do the little side stretch. So you can come into any comfortable seat. Crisscross maybe. One hand down, other hand up and over. Bend the elbow and let your body lengthen. You might be here. Take a breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Lengthen. Soften. And change. It's like my inhale is opening my ribs a little bit more, rotating my heart just slightly so the side of the ribs rotate up like half moon. Like triangle. And let that go. Great. Please hug your knees and roll all the way down. Lay down. I love laying down. Hug the knees, rock out, massage your back. Kind of like taking both knees together in a circle. Making sure that the low back feels okay and stable. Change direction. Happy baby. I'm going to take 10 breaths to do What feels good? What's unraveling? What just kind of makes you feel free and easy? Take 2 more breaths. Come into the most relaxing twist for you. And I'm going to take 6 breaths. Try to allow your body to just let go. Find where you're holding. And take a soft breath. One more breath. Change sides. Isn't it interesting how the body holds on? My ankle was holding kind of stress. It's like, I didn't even know. One more breath. Unravel. If there's anything that you need, now would be the time. If I could recommend it to be one thing, I would recommend it to be a figure 4. But what I need and what you need are not necessarily the same. In your time coming into your Shavasana, soft breaths into areas that are holding.